Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to learn the chapter number 6, Animal Classification. Okay, students, in this we will study about history of animal classification, new methods, system of animal classification, and about kingdom Animalia. Okay, students. First of all, we will understand the meaning of classification. Can anybody tell me the meaning of classification? Can anyone? What do you mean by classification? Okay, I will tell you. Classification means to separate anything, to separate out anything. We do classification to reduce our time. हम लोग टाइम को रिड्यूस करने के लिए क्लासिफिकेशन करते हैं. So why we are classify animal? Just to study them more clearly. We classify the animals to study them more clearly or to understand them properly and to save our time. Clear, students? In this chapter, one flow chart is given. This flow chart you have to complete by yourself. And if you are not getting, then I will give you the answers of the empty boxes in the next chapter. But before that, whether you are doing wrong or right, you have to do by your own self and you have to submit it to me. Okay, students? The living organisms present around us are mainly plants and animals. The plants and animals are the living organisms which are mainly present around us. So we have studied the criteria of their classification. With the help of that, complete this following chart. Clear, students? You must be looking varieties of animals around you. Some animals are too small, whereas some are too big. Some animals are terrestrial, whereas some are aquatic. Some animals crawl on land, some swim in water, whereas some fly in air. Some animals have scales on skin, whereas some have feathers on hair. In this way, there is a huge diversity among the animals too. According to the recent studies, estimated number of animals on the earth is approximately 7 millions. How many millions? 7 millions. So it is impossible to study each and every species. However, groups and subgroups of animals are formed depending upon the similarities and differentiate. तो स्टूडेंट्स, सारे एनिमल्स एक जैसे नहीं होते हैं. कोई कोई एनिमल्स है जो बहुत छोटे होते हैं, कोई बहुत बड़े होते हैं. Some live on the earth, some lives in water, some can fly, some can swim, some have feathers, some have scales on the body. So there are 7 millions, approximately 7 millions animal species on the earth. So we cannot study them very easily. So it is impossible to study each and every species. So for that, we have made groups and subgroups of animals depending upon their similarities and differences. उनकी सिमिलैरिटी और डिफरेंसेस के बेसिस पे हमने ग्रुप्स एंड सबग्रुप्स बनाए हैं. इट विल मेक इट वेरी इजी टू स्टडी सच अ वास्ट वेराइटी ऑफ एनिमल्स. यू कैन अज्यूम 7 मिलियंस मतलब कितना होता है, 1 मिलियन मतलब कितना होता है, आपको पता ही है. सो यू कैन काउंट 7 मिलियंस इक्वल्स टू वॉट. सो इट इज़ नॉट ईजी टू understand about such a vast number to study. So for that we have made it into groups and subgroups depending upon their similarities and differences. So it will become easy to study such a vast variety of animals. Okay, students? Formation of groups and subgroups of animals. Groups and subgroups of animals depending upon their similarities and differences among animals is called as animal classification. You can understand the definition of animal classification. formation of groups and subgroups of animals depending upon their similarities and differences among animals is called as animal classification. History of animal classification. Time to time, different scientists have tried to classify the animal. Different scientists have tried to classify the animals. Greek philosopher Aristotle was the first to perform the animal classification. Who was the first? Greek philosopher Aristotle was the first to perform the animal classification. Aristotle classified the animals according to their criteria like body size, habits and habitats. उनकी बॉडी साइज़ क्या है, उनकी हैबिट्स क्या है एंड हैबिटेट्स, मतलब कौन से प्लेस पे, कौन से रीजन पे, उनका लोकेशन क्या, उसके बेसिस पे उन्होंने क्या किया था, एनिमल को क्लासीफाई किया था. फर्दर एज पर द न्यू डेवलपमेंट इन द साइंटिस्ट और इन द साइंसेस new development in the sciences, reference were changed and there were the criteria of animal classification too. जैसे जैसे डेवलपमेंट हुआ साइंस में वैसे वैसे चेंजेस भी आए. किस में चेंजेस आए? क्राइटेरिया ऑफ एनिमल क्लासिफिकेशन. सो क्लासिफिकेशन प्रपोज्ड बाय एरिस्टोटल इज नोन एज आर्टिफिशियल मेथड. द क्लासिफिकेशन प्रपोज्ड बाय द एरिस्टोटल हु प्रपोज्ड इट for the first time. So the classification proposed by the Aristotle is known as the artificial method. Beside Aristotle, artificial method of classification was followed by, they are also following. So it was followed by the Theophrastus, Pliny, John Ray, Linnaeus, etc. So this artificial method was followed by these scientists also. Later on, new classification was followed. So that new classification is natural system of classification. First it was artificial method. After that, natural system of classification was followed by the natural system of classification was based on various criteria like body organization, types of cell, chromosomes, biochemical properties, etc. Artificial method was followed by the body size, habits and habitats, but the natural system of classification was followed by the body organization, how the body is organized, the types of cell present in that body, the chromosomes and biochemical properties, etc. It is based on this criteria. By the time system of classification based on the evolution was also brought into practice, it was used by the Dobzhansky and Mayer. Recently, Carl Weiss has also proposed the animal classification. So in this, two things are you have to keep in mind: artificial method and the natural system of classification. Okay, students. The benefits of animal classification. The benefits of animal classification. First, study of animals becomes convenient. Because of the animal classification, it has become easy to study the animal. Study of few animals from a group helps to understand about that entire animal group. अगर हम कुछ एनिमल्स के बारे में स्टडी करते, किसी भी ग्रुप के कुछ एनिमल्स के बारे में स्टडी करते, तो ये हमको हेल्प करता है वो पूरे एंटायर ग्रुप को समझने के लिए. थर्ड, इट गिव्स आइडिया अबाउट एनिमल्स एवोल्यूशन, द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ एनिमल्स, द एवोल्यूशन ऑफ एनिमल्स. इट गिव्स एन आइडिया टू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट द एनिमल्स एवोल्यूशन. फोर्थ, एनिमल कैन बी इजिली आइडेंटिफाई विद द ग्रेट एक्यूरेसी. हम लोग एनिमल्स को ईजिली आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं विदाउट एनी मिस्टेक्स प्रॉपरली बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्रुप्स एंड सब ग्रुप्स. सो इट हैज़ बिकम वेरी ईजी टू आइडेंटिफाई विद द ग्रेट एक्यूरेसी. द फिफ्थ वन, इट हेल्प्स टू अंडरस्टैंड द रिलेशनशिप ऑफ एनिमल्स विथ अदर लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स. because of the classification. There is one more benefit of this classification. It helps to understand the relationship of animals with other living organisms. Their relationship with the other living organisms. It have become very easy to understand them. The point number 6. It helps to understand the habits of each animal and its exact role in the nature. ये भी हेल्प करता है कि उसकी हैबिटेट क्या है और हर एक एनिमल का हैबिटेट क्या है और उसका एग्जैक्ट रोल क्या है नेचर में, उनका नेचर में जो रोल है उसको अंडरस्टैंड करने में भी हेल्प करता है एंड उसका हैबिटेट क्या है उसको भी समझने में हेल्प करता है. द पॉइंट नंबर 7. It helps to understand varied adaptations shown by the animals. Whatever adaptation are taken by the animals, it also helps to understand that adaptations. Okay, students. So these were the benefits of animal classification. There were 7 benefits which is given in this blue box. So you should go through with these benefits. So here we have studied that history of animal classification. Now we will study the traditional method of animal classification. What method? Traditional method of animal classification. Traditionally, depending upon the presence or absence of notochord. Depending on the presence and absence of notochord, the animal kingdom has been divided into 2 groups, non-chordates and chordates. Okay, depending upon the non-chordates and chordates. The notochord is rod-like which supports the body. Notochord means rod-like which supports the whole body. So depending upon the notochord, the animals kingdom has divided into 2 groups. How many groups? They have divided into 2 groups. One is non-chordates and the other is chordates. First we will learn about non-chordates. Non-chordates. Characters of non-chordates animal are as follow. First, body is not supported by the rod-like notochord. As I explained you here, notochord means the one which is not having the rod-like support system, and chordate means which are having rod-like support system. So notochord means the rod-like which supports the body. So in this they are not having, and this in chordates they are having that rod-like. So notochord, non-chordates, body is not supported by rod-like notochord. In this, body is not supported by the rod-like. Pharyngeal gill slits are also absent. Nub cord. If the nub cord is present, it is on the ventral side. If nub cord is present, it is present on the ventral side and it is solid and paired. Heart. If heart is present, it is on dorsal side. Keep in mind, first, body is not supported by rod-like. Second, pharyngeal gill slits are absent. Third, nub cord. If the nub cord is present, it is present on the ventral side and it is solid and paired. If heart is present, it is present on the dorsal side. Clear, students? Now we will learn about chordates. What about chordates? In chordates, body is supported by the notochord. In non-chordates, it was not supported, but in this, it is supported by notochord. In non-chordates, pharyngeal gill slits were absent, but in this, pharyngeal gill slits or lungs are present for respiration. In non-chordates, nub cord was present on the ventral side, but in chordates, nerve cord is present on the dorsal side of the body and it is hollow. Heart is present on the ventral side of the body. So for differentiation, you can learn this. Okay, students? Now you can See in the picture, this is the brown, which is in center is notochord, which is rod like support of the body. So it is rod like which supports the body. Notochord is a long rod like supporting structure present on the dorsal side of the animal body. It keeps the nerve tissues isolated from remaining body. You can here see the notochord. Next, conventional system of animal classification. Kingdom Animalia means about the animals. So they are divided into two subkingdom. First is non-chordates and second is chordates that we were studying above. Okay students, so subkingdom non-chordates is having the phylum. There are 10 phyla. First is Protozoa, second is Porifera, third is Cnidria, the fourth is Plethylamenthes, fifth is Scalementhes, sixth is Annelidia, seventh is Arthropoda, eighth is Mollusca, ninth is Enodermata, and the 10th is Hemichordata. So these were 10 phylum of non-chordates. Whose? The 10 phylum of non-chordates, which are not having rod-like support system. Now we will talk about the subkingdom chordates. The subkingdom chordates. The name of phylum is same, phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata. Okay students, the phylum has been divided into 3 subphyla. This phylum is divided into 3 subphyla: Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and the Vertebrata. They are divided into 3 subphylums: Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. Now the third phylum, that is Vertebrata, has been further divided into 6 classes. First it was kingdom, then subkingdom, then phylum, then class. So the subphylum Vertebrata has been divided into 6 classes. As class first is Cyclostomata, Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Avex, and Mammalia. About this kingdom chordates you can study in this yellow box, and for kingdom chordates on this box, page number 62. So once you can go through these 2 yellow boxes. Okay students, so this system of animal classification was practiced till now. Till now we were practicing this animal classification. However, nowadays new system of classification is followed. We will study this new system of animal classification in brief. Till now this system of classification was followed, but now a new system of classification is followed. We will study about them in brief. At present, according to 5 kingdom of classification of system of Robert Whittaker, according to the classification system of Robert Whittaker, which you have studied in 8th standard also, all multicellular animals are included in kingdom Animalia, not unicellular. Only the multicellular animals are included in kingdom Animalia. This system is based upon some criteria. This system of classification was based upon some criteria like the body organization of animal, body symmetry, their similarity, body cavity, germinal layers, and segmentation, etc. So here we have learned about the conventional system of animal classification. I hope students you have understood. Okay students, in the next lecture we will learn about the criteria of new system of classification. What criteria of new system of classification? And this first is grades of organization, The second one is body symmetry. The third one is germ layers, that is diploblastic and triploblastic. Fourth is body cavity. Fifth is body segmentation. So once you have to go through these criteria, so it will become easy to understand in the next lecture. Okay students.